They kicked me out. They said I was dead to them. But what they didn't realize was that they'd just lit the fuse to a fire they couldn't put out. The memory sears my mind like a brand, the cold, final click of the office door slamming shut behind me. Their eyes didn't just look away, they pierced right through me, as if I'd already been erased from their world. My name is Jenna Carter. I'm 27 years old, born into the kind of family where love was a transaction, loyalty a commodity, and power the only language that mattered. The Carters weren't just any family. We were the rulers of a sprawling real estate empire. A kingdom built on ambition, secrets, and steel. Boardrooms were battlefields. Dinner tables were war zones. And at the center of it all were my parents and my sister Amber, the golden child, polished and untouchable. But me? I was the shadow in the corner, the whisper behind closed doors, the ghost they pretended not to see. The room went silent the moment I stepped in. I had expected to be part of the conversation, to have a seat at the table, but the silence that swallowed me was worse than any insult. Eyes darted away nervously, as if I was trespassing into a place I never belonged. The smiles at dinner were thin veneers hiding icy disdain. Every casual word felt like a razor, sharpened and aimed to cut. Amber never wasted a chance to remind me of my place. You're the family's greatest disappointment. Don't waste your breath chasing impossible dreams. Her voice was silk wrapped around steel, and every word left a wound deeper than the last. My parents? Silent conspirators in the shadows. They cheered Amber's dazzling successes while sweeping me under the rug, a mistake they wished to forget. One night, a chance discovery shattered what little faith I had left. An email forwarded without care, an invitation to a crucial meeting I was never told about. They didn't just shut me out. They conspired to keep me powerless. For months, I asked myself the same haunting question. Am I really not enough? But beneath the doubt, a spark refused to die. A fire, fierce, relentless, unbreakable, began to blaze within. I wasn't waiting for their approval anymore. I was going to build my own empire, brick by brick, secret by secret, a fortress so strong, so unexpected, that when it rose, they wouldn't know what hit them. They thought they had finished me. But the truth? They had only just ignited my flame. The nights blurred into a never-ending battle inside my mind. Lying awake in the dark, the ceiling became a canvas, where my fears and hopes tangled into a chaotic dance. Their voices echoed not just from the past, but pounding inside my chest with every heartbeat. You'll never be enough. Why waste your energy? You're not one of us. I could almost hear Amber's sneer slicing through the silence, her words like ice shards sinking deep. You think you're strong enough to run your own thing? Keep dreaming. Family dinners were war zones disguised as celebrations. Smiles, masked venom, laughter hid contempt. Every glance, every word was a calculated strike. Dad's disappointment weighed heavy on me, like a stone pressing on my chest. Mom's silence was an unscalable wall between us. They cheered Amber's rise, leaving me lost in shadows. But words were only part of the betrayal. I found out I'd been locked out of a crucial meeting, the one that could have changed everything by accident, through a forwarded email. That moment shattered something inside me. They weren't just ignoring me. They were conspiring to keep me powerless. For a while, I was broken, questioning if I was worthy of their love or respect at all. But then something inside me snapped. A fierce, unyielding flame ignited deep within a promise never to be silenced again. Every sleepless night, every quiet sacrifice, every risk became a brick in my fortress built in shadows, away from prying eyes. They thought I was done, but they hadn't seen my fire. From the moment I started standing my ground, every family gathering became a battlefield I never asked for. One cold evening, sitting around the polished dining table, Amber's gaze cut through me like a dagger. Her lips curled into that smug smirk I'd come to dread. Jenna, you really think you're on the right path? Don't embarrass the family with your childish dreams. Her words weren't just insults, they were a challenge, a declaration of war. I felt the bitter sting of rejection flood my chest, but I clenched my jaw and refused to show weakness. Dad, usually the silent judge, finally broke his quiet with a heavy sigh. You need to know your place, Jenna. Sometimes, knowing when to fold is the smartest thing you can do. Mom, avoiding my gaze, whispered to Amber, "She's green. She doesn't understand the real world yet." The weight of their disdain was crushing. Every word like waves pounding against a fragile shore, threatening to wash away my resolve. Later, at a company meeting, I dared to pitch a bold new investment plan. All eyes bore into me, but Amber's voice sliced through the room like a knife. "You lack the experience. Let me handle this." Doors slammed shut. Opportunities vanished like smoke, a maze with no exit. But the fight wasn't over. Behind closed doors, they moved in shadows, freezing my accounts, poisoning relationships, silencing supporters. I remember standing at my bedroom window, watching the warm glow of laughter spilling from the house I once called home. It felt like a life that no longer belonged to me. Yet deep inside, I whispered, "They can control the present, but never my spirit." With every setback, my resolve hardened. I wasn't just surviving. I was preparing for a storm they would never expect. The moment I stepped into the boardroom, I wasn't just entering a room, I was stepping into my destiny. Amber's confident smirk froze as our eyes locked. Dad's composed mask cracked, his fingers digging into the edge of the mahogany table. Mom's breath hitched a flicker of fear I'd never seen before. "Ladies and gentlemen," I began, my voice steady but sharp like a blade. "I am proud to announce that I am now the majority owner of Carter Real Estate." The room fell into a thick silence, heavy and suffocating. Amber's fork crashed onto her plate like a gunshot, her jaw slack with disbelief. She opened her mouth to protest, but no words came. Dad's voice trembled as he asked, How did you manage this?" I smiled the kind of smile reserved for those who've played the long game and won. "While you doubted me, I built bridges with investors you refused to even meet. I signed contracts behind your backs, closed deals you thought impossible, and earned respect you never gave." Their faces betrayed shock, fury, and fear, raw, palpable fear. Amber's voice finally cut through the tension, venom lacing every syllable. "You'll never be one of us. This is a mistake." I leaned in, locking eyes with her, voice cold and relentless. "This isn't a mistake. This is your reckoning." The air was electric, every breath charged with the unspoken war we'd been fighting for years. For the first time, they didn't see the outcast. They saw the storm they never saw coming. And I was only getting started. The night had wrapped the city in a quiet embrace. But inside my office, a storm was raging fierce, alive, and full of promise. Outside the window, the city lights blinked like distant stars, reminders of a world vast enough for anyone brave enough to claim it. I wasn't the girl who got kicked out anymore. I was the woman who came back stronger, sharper, ready to carve her own path no matter the cost. Every tear shed, every sleepless night, every silent battle fought in shadows wasn't wasted. They became the bedrock of my strength, the fire fueling my rise. The road ahead isn't easy. Storms still loom, battles remain to be fought, but this time, I'm the one steering the ship, captain of my fate, author of my story. And this is just the opening chapter. So, what's next? I'm not just surviving, I'm rewriting the rules of the game. The future doesn't wait for anyone. I'm charging forward. And trust me, the best is yet to come. Thank you so much for watching my story. If this journey inspired you, don't keep it to yourself. Hit that like button, share this video with anyone who needs a little spark, and subscribe for more real stories about rising up and owning your destiny. Your support means everything to me. It fuels my passion and helps us grow together. Drop a comment below and tell me, what's your story? How are you rewriting your rules? Let's inspire each other. Remember, this is just the beginning, so hit the bell icon to never miss a moment of what's next. Let's rise together.